I'm not saying it was the Monday Nighter from 2018, but Jared Goff is undefeated against Patrick Mahomes, and the Lions beat the freaking Chiefs.
That's why we love nights like tonight, kicking off the season right here in Kansas City with Chiefs Kingdom.
Let's go now.
It all starts tonight. Time to go to work.
Number 2 for Fox. Oh, they fake it. Go inside. They fake from their own 17-yard line and pick up the first. 3rd and 6. Goff across St. Brown to the end zone. Detroit touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown's down. Mahomes. Hutchinson in pursuit. Haskell in pursuit. Mahomes to the edge. Did he get there? The spot says yes. And catch by Mahomes on the snap. Scanning. Open for the touchdown. It's Rice. Out quick. One on the edge. Right off the football. And it's recovered by Brian Cook. And Mahomes. Fires on the run. Touchdown Baker from earlier is on the run. Rashee Rice. Time down the middle of the field. Now there's Scantling.
Oh my God!
Inside of Jerry Jacobs. Mahomes. Sidearm sling for the touchdown. Mahomes throws the cross. He's intercepted on the deflection. Brian Branch, the rookie, wins the game with his first NFL touchdown. Mahomes gonna take a deep shot for Watson downfield. And it's broken up. Flag gets no thrown on Cam Sutton. That one all the time.
What the hell?
2 massive kicks at the end of the year. The game winner of the NFC Championship game and the game winner of the Super Bowl. Mahomes double clutches and underneath. Noah Gray through a tackle into the secondary and taken down by Gardner Johnson. And he knocks it through. 3rd and 12. Here they come. Outthrows it. It's caught at the 40.
Bruh.
Line. The fullback is in there. It's play action. Goff looking to the middle and come back to the catch. And on the run is Reynolds inside the 20. Protects it. Right on to the drop. Montgomery with some momentum to the end zone for the touchdown. David Montgomery is going to go for it. They're going to throw for it.
Oh, hell no!
Justin Reed in there. It's Mahomes. Plenty of time. Looking in the middle. It's dropped again by Tony, who has had a really poor night. Looking to make a play. Flicks it across his body. Incomplete.
Nope.
Watson went up for it. Sky Moore went up for it. Extra offensive lineman back Nelson. Fullback in as well. 3rd and 2. Montgomery.
And it just sort of, you know, when you have a bad night, no matter what it is, sometimes it can build on itself and
Who has had a really poor night.
practice.
And with that, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Fan NFL. Of course, please like and subscribe, and I hope you guys enjoy. The opening night kickoff recap. Of course, last night the Chiefs fell at the hands of the Detroit Lions 21-20 in what was a very, I wouldn't say defensive game per se, but a little sloppy. But yeah, it was a defensive game. Obviously, only 41 total points to score. It was definitely a really close game, really entertaining as well. Again, there were some bad parts too, but yeah, it was overall a good game. I'll just first talk about the team stats. The Lions did have a lot more yardage, but they weren't exactly as efficient in some ways. Overall, though, again, Jared Goff to throw for more yards. Their running game wasn't much better at all, though. Like, it was kind of whatever. They had the ball for a little longer, though. Again, a couple teams, both teams had pretty long drives. The offensive lines, I wouldn't say dominated, but they played pretty well overall. On third down, both teams were pretty bad. Again, defense kind of dominated. Again, big punt for the Lions, and then, of course, the pick six, and then the fumble for the Lions. Those were basically the only two bad parts of the game. Both teams won the ball 5 times. Again, really very close game. Of course, Jared got 22, 35, 253, and a touchdown. Again, I think he looked decent. Again, he made a lot of big throws in the third quarter. I think, yeah, he did miss a couple throws once in a while. And again, he didn't really throw anything downfield per se, but he found his guy in Josh Reynolds, and he kept getting him the football. And as well as that, again, like, Amon-Ra St. Brown did his thing, too. Like, again, Jared Goff wasn't crazy by any means, but he was really under pressure, and I liked what I saw from him. The running game wasn't anything special. Again, Jahmyr Gibbs definitely looked a lot more explosive than David Montgomery, but he got a lot of the big yards for him, and he actually broke a lot of tackles as well. Like, 3.5 yards per carry isn't the best, but he got the ball a good amount, most by any player on this offense, and he did look not great, but he looked good again on that go ahead touchdown to put the Lions up in the fourth quarter. Josh Reynolds, 4 catches, 80 yards. Again, he was probably the most dynamic offensive player in this game. Again, he did have the fumble, but outside of that, he was awesome. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 6 for 71, touchdown. Also made a couple nice blocks. I really liked what I saw from him. Sam Laporta, again, really good safety ball for Jared Goff. Look to see him later. Cleve Rittman had that one nice catch. It wasn't really a downfield play, but yeah, he caught a nice play and made a good catch and run. But yeah, that was the only play there. And again, all the other guys, again, Jahmyr Gibbs did have a couple targets, and he did make a couple plays there. But outside of that, I mean, like, this offense didn't really do a lot. Like, in the receiving game, again, Marvin Jones Jr. only had like 3 targets. He didn't do a ton either. So yeah, offensively, again, it wasn't by far a great game by any means, but they did what they were supposed to. I think they definitely could have scored more points, but again, they did what they needed to. Defensively, now, Alex Anzalone got a lot of pressure. His coverage was kind of crap, but it didn't matter because those 3 receivers were dropping a lot of balls. Jerry Jacobs was awesome at 5 tackles, and coverage, yeah, wasn't crazy great. C.J. Gardner-Johnson in zone was really good. Man wasn't as good, but he was still pretty good. Again, decent. Derek Barnes, again, had 4 tackles. That's kind of all I got to say about him. Benito Jones got a lot of pressure, did his job. Aiden Hutchinson wasn't, like, consistent overall because the first and third quarters were probably his worst quarters, but he showed up at the end of both halves. Of course, Kirby Joseph is him. Yeah, he was pretty good. Brian Branch, of course, had the pick 6. First Lions player since 1967. I think it was Lou Comin. No, it was some other Lou Comini. I literally forgot his name. That had a pick 6 in their first ever game. Yeah, Brian Branch is awesome. Jack Campbell, again, didn't do a ton, and Christian Harris, Charles Harris, my bad, was actually pretty decent with pressure, but that's about it. Like, again, no one got a sack or anything like that. Meanwhile, on the Chiefs side, again, Patrick Mahomes, 21 of 39, 226, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Again, like, here's the thing about Mahomes. He did, like, run a lot. He did miss a couple of throws for sure. Again, the 4th down play as well. But he was getting a little impatient sometimes, too. But, again, the receivers dropped 4 passes, the second most ever. I think it's tied second most ever for him. Again, he didn't have Travis Kelce. I'm not going to say, like, oh, yeah, he wasn't great. But that interception probably would have never happened if you'll talk about it in a second. But, yeah, Patrick Mahomes definitely wasn't his best game by any means. But, then again, he wasn't terrible either. Did miss some throws, though. Again, just nothing special. But he was the leading rusher. The running game just was kind of bad. Like, where is Jarrett McKinnon not getting any carries? Again, he's a receiving back, but you at least got to give him something because he was not in the game at all. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, outside of that first carry of the game, he did absolutely nothing. Isaac Pacheco did run hard, but that was about it. And then the other guys, again, the trickery just didn't work against the Lions. MVS had that one nice catch downfield, but outside of that, didn't really do a ton. Justin Watson, again, they threw the ball to a bunch of different dudes. They really didn't have a number 1 receiver. I really thought Justin Ross would have gotten more targets. That's probably the only thing I got to say about it, because, again, it was kind of just a complete mess. Blake Bell and Rashee Rice had the touchdowns, though. Again, he only had that touchdown, that other nice catch outside of that didn't do a ton. Kadarius Toney, rough game. That's how I'll put it. I'm not going to say that he lost him the game, but he lost him the game. That's all I'll say. Defensively now, Trent McDuffie was not very good in coverage, but it didn't matter because he didn't make a lot of tackles, and he did look good in the slot. Brian Cook honestly proved me wrong really well. Again, good in coverage, of course, to cover that fumble. Nick Bolton, 4 tackles. Overall, he was just really involved. Mike Dan had the only sack. George Karlaftis, yeah, he got a little pressure, but he was much better in the run game than he was consistently winning off the edge. Justin Reed, he did his thing, and then, like, the rest of the team I really don't care about. Felix Anduki-Uzomah, though, he did do well against the run. Again, not really many pass rush opportunities, but that doesn't really matter right now because they need him to basically just be able to do that. Let's talk about the team stats. Let's get right into the keys to the game again. Lions did win 21-20. Yeah, let's go. Alright, for this Lions offense, I wanted them to utilize Jahmyr Gibbs out of the backfield and on the ground early and often. They did get him the ball early, and again, it wasn't the greatest approach with them, but I think it's not the biggest deal. Only 11 touches, yeah, but it's okay. And then, of course, they did get the ball to David Montgomery in those situations. He did his thing. Jared Goff did not get the ball downfield really at all. Again, Josh Reynolds made that one throw, but yeah, not really. And Amon-Ra St. Brown really didn't have too much room to operate, even if he didn't, like, play bad by any means. Offensively, I will give them 2 pluses because they did convert when they needed to. But for the way, again, their offensive line played so well. And yeah, Jared Goff still got pressured. But, like, again, I don't think their offense was good. but they did their job. That's how I'll put it. Lions defense, linebackers need to be at least compete with Kelsey again. He didn't play, but yeah, they took advantage of the lack of receiver ability really from the get-go. Hutchin, Romeo Corp down the line, I don't think he played, like, so yeah. But Aiden Hutchinson, yeah, he was consistent pressure, not overall like great, but yeah, again, he was good. C.D. Gardner-Johnson did make a lot of plays, maybe not always good ones, but he did make plays. So defensively, I'll give them 4 pluses. One where, again, they did not have their best game. Again, even though they did only give up 20 points, they had to pick 6. You know, I'll give them 5 pluses. They were really good. But again, the Chiefs they just basically took advantage of what they needed to. They played a good game, not a great game. They definitely had their moments, but yeah, the Lions' defense was awesome. That's all they got. Let's get to this Chiefs team. All right, Chiefs offense. I said run the ball with Isaac Pacheco 15 most times on our center. They didn't really. I don't even know what they were trying to do with them. It just didn't really work out. Justin Ross didn't get enough targets, obviously, and Mahomes designed free rolls. They didn't do that with him. Again, Travis and other receivers, again, didn't really kind of BS. They did do that, but it just didn't work out super well. The receivers just were bad. I'm sorry, like, they didn't really get open, and yeah, Mahomes just did not have a ton of, yeah, he did miss some throws and did miss some, like, open receivers, but it definitely was not the greatest thing there. Again, I don't think they really had the best execution either. I didn't, like, love their game plan, even though they probably should have won this game. So, for that reason, I have to give them about 2 minuses, but it wasn't like their offense, again, they're in a tough situation, and they just kind of looked a little lost. Even though, you know, like, overall, the execution, yeah, three minuses. They just did not have a good game. Yeah, George Karlaftis actually was good against outside zone. Like, they really weren't getting beat a lot there, so I'm good with that. But Jahmyr Gibbs is definitely someone they didn't really have to, like, count for at all, but it's okay. George Karlaftis, again, just didn't really win a ton off the edge, which, again, he did have a chance. He just didn't really do a lot, so that's not great. But the linebackers were good against the guys. They only give 14 points to a Lions offense that averaged the most points in the NFL over the last 10 games of the season. So it wasn't like the Chiefs' defense played bad by any means. Yeah, there are a couple things like tackling; they weren't crazy great, but the Chiefs' defense, I think, played a pretty good game, like a rarity compared to their offense. Which again, they just kind of were out of sorts. So I got there. Chiefs defense give me I'll give them 3 times plus. Yeah, they got 3 pluses. Let's get right to the end of this thing. Alright, ending this off, if I had to like really summarize this thing into 3 parts, Lions knock off the Chiefs on David Montgomery, go ahead, touchdown, Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs receivers stink it up and look lost, and what else would I say? Let me think about this. Oh yeah, Brian Branch, does the thing I mentioned earlier. I literally forgot the guy's name. Whatever, though. Lions 1-0. I think they're going to no, they're at home against the Seahawks. Maybe they go to 2-0. We'll see. Again, that basically shootout rematch of last year. Show you a preview of that for Week 2 NFL Sunday. Let's go preview. Which, if you didn't know, is coming out Sunday. So if you want a really good preview of every game on Sunday, go to that. Again, I'll go through everyone who's out too. And again, the Chiefs, they're now 0-1. Yeah, they got the Jags on the road next week, I think. That shouldn't be too hard, but then again, they almost, yeah. They could lose that game, but, yeah, I think they probably should bounce back. That's all I got there. Hope you guys enjoyed the 2023 NFL Kickoff recap, and, yeah, see you Sunday.
Someone who tested positive for COVID-19. Now, the Snyders both tested negative, but along with doctors, decided to exercise caution and stay home, Dick.
And he is watching Andy Isabella make